we're sort of sharing a microphone. I've never had a problem being heard, maybe not understood, but not being heard. This is a mash of several conversations that Cheryl and I had over the last few months at the office. Hey, what about Helmut out there?
Who?
Helmut, the guy in the motorcycle hat. He's out in the lobby.
Well, what about him?
Well, he's a little bit agitated. He's given Mel a really hard time.
A hard time? About what?
Well, he kind of lost it when he heard how long it would wait. He'd have to wait in order to get housed. He referred to our application form as toilet paper.
Toilet paper?
Yeah,
Yikes.
he said he needs a place to live. He doesn't need more toilet paper.
Oh, well, how long is the wait list?
Well, that depends. If you're waiting for a family unit, it could be 3 to 5 years, or I'm sorry, well, 1 to 2 years. If you're waiting for a unit like he is, just a single bedroom apartment, it could take as much as 4 or 5 years.
5 years? That's nuts.
Yes, a lot can happen in 5 years.
Well, that's really awful. What do you think we can do about it?
We?
Yeah. You, me, housing, society?
Well, I guess the quick answer is that we could build more houses, build more apartment buildings. The list is growing. More people are coming in looking for a place to stay than we're able to accommodate.
No, how many people are on the wait list now?
There's over 300 applications. That's a lot more than 300 people because there's families involved in there.
Well, that doesn't even include people like Helmut who just give up and use the application form for toilet paper.
That's correct.
So there's two problems then. There's transitional housing and long-term housing.
Yes.
Well, have you ever heard about tiny houses?
That's like what they're doing in Vancouver and Toronto, where they're building little houses on little pieces of land.
Yeah, because it's either there's real estate problem or, in Calgary they're doing it because of the population explosion. They're popping up everywhere.
Well, I'm sure there's some bylaw issues, but I guess that's just a matter of figuring out how to comply.
Yeah, but what about that big empty lot behind us? You know where the water tower used to be? We could put lots of places on that. We could put tons of them on there.
From an economic perspective, it'd probably be cheaper just to build a building.
You know what? Not really. They did it in Calgary, and they said that, let me see here, let me Google that. It said that it's $82,000 in hard construction costs compared to $220,000 per unit in conventional concrete building.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know. And you know what? From an economic perspective, if you're using discarded materials, it's really environmentally better. I was looking online, and, well, there's just tons of information. Here's this place on Calgary, and the guy says it's a fabulous way to get some really creative housing and at lower rates in a community where we need more affordable type housings. In fact, you know what? They used it after Hurricane Katrina, and they built it with containers, and they were like instant, just there. And not only that, but in Christchurch, when they had that earthquake, it was great. It worked out really well.
St. Thomas isn't really a trendsetter. How could we sell that here?
I don't know. You know what we could do? Instead of using containers, we could use railway cars, and we could build like a railway city in the railway city.
Well, you can make a duplex of a boxcar. They're big enough.
Yeah, you could. And you know what? A series of renovated rail cars on that land behind us would tie in really nicely with the railway theme that already exists. Train station, museum, rail tracks, the rail park. It'd be great.
Well, we've got the contractors, we've got the need. I guess maybe we've got the makings of a plan.
I think you're right.
That's it.
I think we were close, weren't we?
You guys are racing, but that was 4 minutes on the nose. Like, that was only 4 minutes.
Well, we had more stuff,
when
but
you practiced, right? The
I
adrenaline.
had more than she did
The
somehow.
adrenaline.
I don't know.
Must have been the adrenaline of being up here. Just got it going faster. So again, great presentation. We got a chance for a couple of questions. So, what do we have to say about the tiny houses? Go ahead.
You can have
You're
to.
talking about maybe we have to bring some railroad car to bring the people. In here in St. Thomas, you got the old psych hospital totally empty, and part of it, they're talking about maybe demolishing it. Here's, they just moved from the old one to the new one, and beside they got a nice empty land can be used for agriculture. Looking green, and it's there, will be a lot cheaper then try to bring more and more, and where you're going to do out there.
Yep, that's,
So sorry, I'm just gonna, because I'm now realizing I should be repeating the questions better.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm
a long
learning. Yeah, I'm
question.
learning.
That's a long one, yeah.
I'm gonna squeeze that down to, there's other facilities in St. Thomas that has some empty space. Has that been an opportunity to look at those empty spaces versus doing something brand new? Is that true?
okay, yes, you're right, we could do that. We're just proposing this just as an idea to get people talking about things. Because it's not something that everybody would automatically think of. I didn't. Cheryl said, you know, what about tiny houses? And been looking at the things ever since, and they are kind of interesting. But there is a lot of empty land. We just thought that with the railway theme, kind of tied it in.
David?
The investment costs that you were quoting on one of the slides, did that include the cost of servicing the land for each of these units?
Did the investment costs include servicing the land?
We don't have a business plan. We're just throwing the idea out there. See, that's all we're trying to do is generate some discussion. And this comment about the psych hospitals, you know, it's valid too. So no, we don't know for sure.
Awesome.
There is no business plan.
No, I think that's great, so thank you guys very much.
Thank you.